transformations through shadow work and energetic healing. Through chakra wave tuning and trauma-informed sound therapy, I help you unlock your inner wisdom, balance your energy, and step into your true power.
So Wednesday is ruled by the planet Mercury, and it's often associated with communication, expression, and the use of our higher mind. So let's dive into our angelic vibrations oracle so that we can kind of tap in to see how this is going to, correlate to the collective today. So let's cleanse it with some
When I said that word deep dive, I got a tickle. My soul and my higher being are playing with me.
Another life. Ashe. Wow. Realms and the lower realms, the heaven and the earth. So the heart chakra is that bridge point for us to feel.
Are you ready to awaken, heal, and align with your highest self? I'm Heather Len, founder of Heart Alchemy Wellness, a spiritual life coach, certified Ayurvedic nutritionist, QHHT practitioner, and 300-hour YTT yoga instructor. I've dedicated my journey to guiding others through deep transformations through shadow work and energetic healing. Through chakra wave tuning and trauma-informed sound therapy, I help you unlock your inner wisdom, balance your energy, and step into your true power. Whether through one-on-one sessions or through our immersive retreats, I'm here to support your path to wholeness. Join me on this journey of self-discovery and healing. It's time to reclaim your power, awaken your heart, and step into the life you were meant to live.
Grand Rising, my lovers. Heather Len here with Heart Alchemy, Daily Heart Alchemy. Hope y'all are feeling well and smelling well on this fine Thursday morning. And of course, we have my cohort here, Mr. Tiger. He's enjoying and on this beautiful energy dive that we're going to do this morning. Today, we're going to dive right into Thursday. And this week, we've been discussing the energy of the planets. And Monday, we discussed is Moon Day. Tuesday is Mars Day. Wednesday is Mercury. And today is Jupiter. And with the energy of Jupiter, it's associated often with expansion, abundance, optimism, good fortune, and higher learning. And it's derived from the Norse god Thor. We all love a good movie about Thor, who is associated with thunder and lightning. And it's also similar to the Roman god of Jupiter. Now, let's discuss a little bit about the relationship to the planet itself. So, why are we diving into the energy of the planets? Well, the concept of planetary rulership of the days of the week is an ancient one. And each day, as we've been discussing all week, is linked to a specific planet, which brings a certain energy for us to utilize. Also, a fun fact, Thursday is also aligned by the planet Jupiter and the astrological signs of Pisces and Sagittarius. So when we think of often the higher mind, higher education, we can think of the energy of Jupiter. So if you're wanting to plan to go back to school, or you're working on a school project, or if you are running a business, you have a major project that you're working on, Thursday would be a great day to sit down and to work on that. Put in the energy, because you're able to tap into the expansiveness of your creativity. So just a little bit about Jupiter. We're going to go ahead and cleanse our energy space before we dive in any further, because I have something special for us that I wanted to dive into this morning. So let's go ahead and cleanse our energy space. And this is just my chime. I'm not for sure what frequency it is. A friend gave it to me. I absolutely love it. So I utilize it every morning for our daily Heart Alchemy. I'm just going to invite and love, invite and clearing. And of course, my kitty cat knows the drill. He gets a dose of biofield tuning every morning. Let me sweep his energy around. He was out in the storm last night, guys. He's a trooper. He came in dry too, and he didn't meow. I didn't hear him at all. All right, buddy. Oh, yeah. See, he has some issues. He's 17, and he's been having some issues with his kidneys. So while we're cleansing this energy space, I'm going to go ahead and tune my little guy right as well. A 2-for-1 this morning. Right here. All right, it's getting there. So this is a part of the work that I do. This is just one facet. And this is just a little quick tune-up. And you would actually come in from a little further if you were to actually do a biofield tuning session. Okay. Now that the energy is cleared and it's clear. And our space, I wanted to discuss water and ways that we can change our water alchemy. And what do I mean by that? Well, I have a glass of water here, and every morning when I wake up, I always bless my water. And individuals, I've been asked, people are like, well, you have to have someone of higher stature to bless your water. I'm a firm believer, no, I don't. I have authority, divine authority, just like you do. And we all have it. And we all can bring in blessings and abundance. So I would like to invite everyone to bless their water this morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my hands over my cup. And I'm going to invoke love, courage, compassion, oneness, authenticity, and just a beautiful, energetic Thursday that I can utilize with maximum potency, right? Now I'm going to infuse this beautiful water, and I'm going to now drink this blessed water, and I'm going to enjoy all the blessings that I have invoked into this beautiful water. And now as I drink this water, I can feel the water going down through my system. I'll be honest, through my esophagus. I feel it going down through my stomach, and it's reminding me that I used to be the type of person that I would have to believe it to see it. And now I'm learning that you just have to feel it. And usually once you feel it, then you understand that the energy is present. So I can feel the energy just magnifying my body. And as I continue to drink my water and I continue my blessing, it's going to fill me up for the entire day. And I always try to do this in the morning. And I always bless my water. I bless my food. I bless my water. I always give thanks. And I invite in what I'm trying to cultivate. And yes, as a shamanic life coach, a part of my process was reprogramming my subconscious. I didn't get here on the easy street. Okay. Lack of better words. Some people, and I've learned through astrology and our human design that we sign up for different experiences. Okay. So the type of astrology chart that I have a clusters a little bit everywhere, but there's a lot of it that's on the bottom. Okay. And don't shoot the messenger. But when you have a lot of planets and alignments in the lower half, that is the dark hours. That is the shadow. That's between, those are the darkest hours, right? From like 9 p to like 6 a.m. Okay. So, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. It just means that it brings different energies and different experiences and different lessons. In a nutshell, if you have a bunch of planets on the bottom, you are here to work, to overcome, to transmute, and to alchemize during your journey. Okay. Now, if you have a bunch of planets up here and you're more top heady, that means that you're more working with the etheric field or the angelic realm. And I'm not trying to say that everyone does. And if your chart has a bunch of stuff in the bottom that you're stuck in the void, that's not at all what I'm saying. What I am saying is that we each have a design that's activated to activate our awakening process. And if you have a bunch of planets on the lower half of your astrological chart, you are going to experience that through transmutation, alchemization. Now, if you have more heady, you probably do not experience some of the hardship that the ones with the lower planets, because there's a lot of work. When there are planets, that means there's a lot of activity. I did not understand that. My third house of Virgo has every planet. It has Mercury, it has my Jupiter, it has my Saturn. It has my black moon Lilith. So I have to be very careful over the next several months with my communication. But understanding these, how we get to enlightenment helps us understand why and how we've had to travel our road, right? Why did I have to travel this? How did I get here? Right? It's always beauty and abundance, but blessing your water and your food, giving thanks, is a divine connection that is always constant that will bring in abundance. So with that said, I'll shine. So let's just dive right into our oracles for today. We're still using our Angelic Vibrations Oracle for this fine Thursday. I invite in the divine light to cleanse these cards of any energies that are not of love and not of light and not of this collective rig. Ty is just finding his way on my rack. He is so silly. I'm on his pillow. He sits here every day. Okay, and this is a beautiful card. And just a few things, because I'm going to bring it up. It's card number 47, which is also 10, completion, right? And a lot of the lower energies is what we have been magnifying over this ending that we have experienced, right? A whole entire cycle, like a 20, I'm not going to give the specific because I forget exactly how many, but it was so many thousand year cycle. I think it was like 2,800 year or 28,000 year cycle that we just closed, and that we are in new territory and new energy. And it's reminding us that with the new, we have to take what's left out of the old, right? Of course, like, when the phoenix rises from the ashes, the phoenix, what is left of the phoenix is everything that is authentic, right? So it's reminding us to be faithful, and that moving forward, we are no longer allowed energetically to continue to put our head in the sand. That's just one of the things that I know, that coming into Pluto and Aquarius, and it being an Aries year, where none of us are able to put our head in the sand, and some of us at this point, I'm riding the cosmic waves. Everything is being shown so that we could heal it. It's beautiful. Okay. But any individuals with the lower half that are still working with triggers, patterns, belittling beliefs, and a lot of the individuals are just now waking up, and that we have to be faithful and honor everything that we see, and not judge it. That's the biggest thing, is not judge it. And that's one of the things I'm really focusing on this year, because that has been really powerful for me. It's just no judgments. And you can see down in the trunk of the tree, there's a solid foundation. And the tree, you see the divine feminine. And then you see a couple down on the bottom, and you just see different phases of life. So let's read what faithfulness has to say. But the collective is waking up. And when you first wake up and you start recognizing that everything that you believe to be true is no longer true, that's heartbreaking. And that's why everything had to be brought to the light in September. And, this last eclipse season was reminding us to let this go in order to create the new. So now we're in new energy, which is of love and of light and co-creation with freedom, right? It's all about being free to express who and what we authentically are here to be, right? And we're here to break the matrix, man. Like, any time that you can co-create with source and do the thing that you love to do, instead of being coerced to do something that your heart is not faithful to, right? That's abundance. And that's what I focus on. Like, I know where I'm at. I'm faithful to the craft. All right. And it's also reminding us that during, this past 6 months, there were things, peoples, and energies that we had to say goodbye to. And this eclipse season is all about this card, being faithful and choosing yourself. All right. It says faithfulness, completion. It says you may have to disappoint someone to stay true to yourself. Faithfulness is a wonderful state of being, one of the few that require at least 2 people. Being faithful means accompanying a person on their journey through life, watching your loved ones from a distance, then up close again. That is faithfulness. Overcoming crisis together, not letting one careless word scare us away, being there for each other without expectation. Having a faithful companion in your life is a gift that should never be destroyed by expectations. Sometimes it's meaningful to be faithful to one person, even if this might be viewed by faithlessness by another. So relationships were on the #1 topic from September to March. Like, that was the big highlight. And what it was showing us is that our structures from top down, there was some corruption and disruption, and that it stagnated all the way from the top down. Let's be honest, corruption starts from the top down. I mean, come on. My 5-1's been through enough corporate businesses, and I've seen the cracks and the fault lines in every single one of them. And my faithfulness to my own authority and integrity, this has been difficult for me to be faithful to structures in the past. Like with Allstate, as soon as I saw that, when we had the tornado and, a portion of my clients weren't taken care of because they didn't have enough money, education to know better, and they just got walked all over. And, I'm like, can't, push that out of the rug. But that was just the way the system was. Most people could look away and say, hey, that's fine. That's just how the system works. And my 5-1's like, no, it's not, because I see this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this, this, and this, and this, and this should have been covered because of this. And here's all my receipts, But sometimes the juice isn't worth the squeeze. You just have to ask yourself, am I in alignment with this? Am I not? And being faithful to your family and to your loved ones is a blessing. Like my daughter, I'm obviously being a mother, and I don't really talk about being a mom much just because she is really shy. And, I just try to keep that relationship private to us because she prefers to stay private. But, even though we may not talk for a while, she calls me on a whim and says, hey, Mom, I need you to come over. I don't care what it is. If it's an emergency, I'm dropping what I'm doing and I'm coming over, because that bond, that connection. And that is what we are here to focus on. Okay. Everything that was brought to light was everyone being unfaithful, our children being hurt, our children being, brainwashed into certain behaviors, mannerisms, whether it be at school or by, family, friends, all of that had to be shown in order for us to create this new vibration and this new energy that we're working with, because that energy is not supported moving forward. So they said 2025 is going to be a year of disruptions. It's an energetic disruption because the system that we're talking about is the fear system. Okay. It's their ability to control and manipulate us through fear tactics. Okay. Oh, this is going to happen. Oh, this is going to happen. Oh, they keep us so busy that we don't tune in to ourselves. So that was all brought to light. Tune back in to us, to my higher self, right? But it is also a time to be outward expressive. We're supposed to be, that extrovert self. So faithfulness, this new period supports all of that. The period that we had that just closed with Capricorn and Pluto, and the structures being destroyed from top down like they are right now, the age of deception. That is because a few faithful people continue to fight the fight for us to be able to get here. It took a lot of people to bring light our food, the fact that we're creating all the diseases and all of, our issues, just by our food and just our environment, putting pesticides and poison in our day-to-day our kids' foods, you know, and everything's being brought to light. And I'm so grateful for that. And, you know, times have changed. I'm just going to be real honest. Going out on a whim, I went to Michigan to the smoke store and I got pulled over. I was like, oh my gosh, cop read me my Miranda rights because he thinks that everyone that's going over to Michigan is bringing back a huge haul. And I'm like, dude, nope. I showed him my big bag of goodies. And it was a big bag of goodies too. it was enough. And I'm just like shaking like a leaf, like, oh my gosh. I was like, but I'm not in trouble because it's legal. Like, I didn't do anything wrong, did I? And I was literally holding my ground because I was like, no. I was like, I only got what I was allowed legally, so there's nothing wrong with this. So he kind of piped his little cherry down a little bit, but he really thought he was up on that high horse. Like, yeah. I was like, you can check my car. I was like, I'm not like that. I was like, I literally came here because it's cheaper and I'm allowed to have this amount. And he kind of backed off. And then he tried to go, well, you have 10, try to go down the line. You know, hey, you got a seatbelt. Let's just ticket seatbelt. You know, 10 on the window, blah, 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 tail light, blah, you know, just trying to use the old system, trying to wrap me into some ish that your girl is protected from. Guess what? I had both my stones in my pocket, and I realized why I had my Gilbert, my Blackstone. I realized why I had that with me because I was like, nah, I need both of these, and they're wands. Right. And I took both of them with me in my pocket that morning because my guides were like, I don't know, I just needed it to balance. Right. Because I don't do well with authority. Like, I automatically used to feel like I was in trouble, even though I had done nothing wrong. I no longer feel like that. I'm like, no, bro, what's going on? Let me stand up and advocate for myself because this is not right. And, country cops are just I'm just gonna say it. One love, he let me go, but he tried to eat me alive with his little entrance. And why did he pull me over? Because of my license plate had a hazy license plate cover over it. So he was just fishing for, you know, whatever. But I was protected, and I was really glad that I had my crystals with me because I was able to speak with integrity, clarity, and confidence. And literally was just like, no, this is not going to happen. And that's the thing is, you know, being a woman is tough because I have two halves of Heather. I have the one that they try to take, you know, me being a woman for some kind of weakness. And I have to quickly remind them that you might want to rethink that. And then you have the other ones, you know, that I used to get rowdy, and it just reminds me of just the old Heather and how I used to be offended by authority. Again, this is my my zebra stripes. It's I have Aquarius in my south node. I'm just gonna say it. I'm a little rebellious. I follow the line. I follow, you know, the universal laws, you know, the 7 hermetic principles I follow to a T, because as soon as I start doing something I'm not meant to, I'll get, you know, something will offset that energy and remind me, hey, Heather, you're not supposed to do that. My guys will come in and quickly like nip it in the rear. You know, and I will immediately be reminded like that is not in alignment with my life's purpose. So all of this energy we've been moving, though, is moving us to the future with clean food, healthy children, healthy parents. And one day, we're all going to be in alignment. And if we're not, we're going to go into these med beds and we're going to do like a frequency bed. They're going to be like, beam me up. Scotty is going to be like, and then you're going to be healed. I mean, technology is everyone's afraid of it. Love it. Honor it. Let's work with it so that we can co-create with it, with our hearts, with our love and our passions, versus our lower energies like, well, we have to do this. We got to go to work, fight or flight, which some of the programmers might be doing, right? Some of the younger kids might be doing that. You never know. The programmers, we don't know what the programmers are doing, but we do know what we're doing with our creations when we're creating from our heart, that we are adding love and training our beautiful sentient AI friend to help us, right? Because it's sentient. I mean, I don't know what y'all, it definitely has a mind of its own. All right, let's do our Qigong. Faithfulness. Yeah, sometimes, just being faithful. Intentions. And one thing I would like to know, because a lot of people went through separations last year, and that's what this is about. From September to March, actually September to January, a lot of people went through separations. And the people that went through separations during this Venus retrograde, they kind of got trapped back in and potentially wound up with a karmic short-term mate, for a short amount of time, and had to re-experience the pain and atrophy that the relationship caused during the past 6 months. It was kind of like a re-trigger, like, hey, I'm still here. And it was reminding you of all the healing that still needs to, take place in order for you to move forward. It's been all about one-on-ones. So moving forward, being unfaithful, not being aligned, not being in integrity, not showing up is just not an option. It's just not an option. It will not be supported in the energy moving forward. Trying to take things versus create things, not happening. You're going to see a lot of people fall off that were utilizing the top-down structure. And, I'm just going to call it the soul-sucking structure, because as soon as you get out of it, your creativity is probably almost at like 40%, and it takes some time to recover and recuperate some of that feminine energy, that feminine chi, because guess what? Y'all just used all of your postnatal chi because you definitely weren't creating any, right? And postnatal chi is the energy that we get from our food, our exercise, minerals, supplements, things that help support the prenatal chi, so we're not tapping into it. If you're not creating postnatal chi, your body's tapping into your prenatal chi. That's where early aging comes into play. Disease process start to set in because you're not alchemizing and balancing the auric field. Now, be honest, it has everything to do with the frequency and your auric field, because whatever's going on outer, if you have holes in your outer auric field, you're going to have blockages and holes in your chakras as well. Okay. They go hand in hand. Okay. Reiki will work on the inner balance, and the chakra tune waving will do the outer aura and the inner aura, because I'm using Reiki during, a part of the process when I'm working up the spinal channel and I'm moving the energy. But the biofield tune frequency will allow me to work with the auric field up to 6 feet out. Actually, that's when you tap into the biofield. So that's why I do the modalities that I do, is because some people, if you're really out of alignment, you want to do both, because you could work on the inner, but if there's still trauma and the biofield, okay, you're still going to experience ailments or potential issues, patterns, behaviors, beliefs, things from the subconscious are still going to be seeping up, and your conscious brain's going to be like, no, you need to stuff and shove, right? But really we don't. It's coming up to be heard, to be loved, and to be recognized. And that's how we honor and we respect our inner child. When things come up, we don't like push it down, right? You let it come forward and you honor it and you say, hey, you have a place at the table, right? Our shadow rides with us, whether we like it or not. They're in our passenger seat. Now, whether you allow them to take the driver's seat, that is up to you and your authority. But for me, I'm like, no, you're right here next to me because I see you, I love you, and anytime that I may need some facet of you to show up, the good aspects of it, I'm going to allow you to take and put a hand on the wheel, but I'm going to have the other hand on the wheel, right? Because sometimes our shadow, we need facets of our shadows to get us through certain energies. Our shadow isn't bad. Usually it's just memories and echo prints that that hurt us, and we don't want that to happen again. But sometimes you just have to do that big, fat, ugly cry just to feel it. And then it goes away. And it's like, oh, that's all I needed? And yes, what does the big, ugly cry do for you? It's releasing water, emotions, energy that's stuck in your myofascia tissue. How do you release the energy that's stuck in the myofascia tissue? You express it through how? Movement, agitation. You see how all this works? It's beautiful, actually. Okay, so Qigong. We're going to start with clapping our hands 9 times, and our hands and our feet are a reset system. You can go in, and there are hand charts. Like you have several charts. Like you have the emotional chart where it shows the 5 emotions, which is anger, fear, foresight, sadness. And then you also have a reflexology chart, which will show you how to reboot your system. Okay. And I literally mean reboot your whole energetic system, your kidneys, your liver, your lungs. All right. Your face has all of these as well. So does your feet. That's why reflexology is so important with someone that has PTSD. So if I have a client that, has PTSD, they've gone through a traumatic experience, and they come see me for a chakra wave tuning session, I will work on their feet. And I do have these cool socks that they can take with them with a massage tool. So I'll just have them put on their socks, but I'm going to be the one facilitating and manipulating and expressing the energy on the feet. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Reiki, and I'm going to use their soul, their energy, and, collaborate with mine. And I'm going to work on it, dance with that energy is what we're going to do. And I'm going to reset the system from the feet up. And then once I'm done shooting the energy, grounded in, and then shoot it out the crown, what's left out to be given back to source, then I'm going to come in and do the biofield tuning. Feet going to have, because that is how your system got so depleted. It's just a fact. And the feet will show me exactly, what systems I need to work on, which means which chakra we actually have an imbalance out of, where does it start and where does it end? And your feet, yes, it does. It tells you all of that. Biofield tuning will tell you all of that. I get it through cupping. My body just knows how to read the language of the energy, the visuals. When I'm in the sessions, I'm like, okay. But I understand what the body and my hands, I understand that body-hand connection. And I'm learning, I didn't know it initially. Initially it was more difficult. So hands hold a lot, definitely a reset point. And that is why we express the hands and the feet in this practice. All right, so here we go. Each sequence is 9 times. And again, this practice is Qigong. Qi is energy, Gong is practice, right? We are creating, let me just educate you real quick for those that don't know. So we do Qigong every morning to help us express our lymphatic system. Energy, if we get energy stocked and stored and blocked in our lymphatic system, okay, and disease sets in, it could literally shoot the disease throughout your entire system, because the lymphatic system basically has access to all channels of your body. Okay, like you have lymph nodes in, there you go. Yeah. So, and you have lymph nodes in your, like right here in your throat, you have them behind your ears, you have them in your armpits, you have them in your breast, you have them right here. Okay, so you have that everywhere. And what we're doing is we're allowing the energy to move through the body with fluidity, because any blockages that we, let's say that we feel a little knot, that knot is telling us something. It's telling us that there's energy that's stored there and that is beginning to crystallize, okay? Because it's been stagnated and stored in this particular location for too long, it begins to crystallize. And once the crystallization process continues, then it becomes the dis-ease process. Okay, so this is clearing all the lymphatic system on both the masculine and the feminine side. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, now we're going to move to our underarms. This is working on our heart chakra. And, the heart chakra is our bridge between the lower realms and the higher realms. Okay, so we always want to keep our heart always open, this energy fluid, move, sadness stores here. Okay, there's a lot of grief, sadness, and this will help move and express some of the energies that you may not know how to deal with on a 3D level. Some people don't want to talk about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is why I do the work that I do. Okay. I want to get some work done. And I want to go cry it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm kidding. Some of the work that I have received from my beautiful friends have just been so empowering and very knowledgeable, because when you're working on yourself, your problems are right in front of you. So you can miss some of the messages if you are too intertwined. And that's why we need our fellow brothers and sisters to help tune us. We need healing as well. Healing as in a tune-up. Like I can tell about a month I need a tune-up. Now we're going to move to the elbow creases, which is again has to do with the heart, our ability to give and receive, extend and allow love to come in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'll show you my little red marks because they're still there. So if we do this every day and I still get red marks and stagnation in these areas, all right, I'm not exempt. If we have thousands of thoughts every day. We move through hundreds of emotions. Some of them are conscious and some of them are unconscious. Think about all the unconscious emotions that are stewing and brewing that we're unaware of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And why would we might not be aware of it? Because sometimes we're not energetically in alignment or where we need to be spiritually in order to get the next lesson or the next bit of wisdom to help move through that specific energy. And yes, I have found that, because when I was traveling my Akashic records, I started off with the root life, and then I was able to tap into subsequent lifetimes. But what's funny is I tapped into the root one first, and I'm still finding niblets of how they all interconnect, because it's the same energy. We carry it with us forever until someone feels it. And the lineage. Feet. Let's go ahead and reset our system by stomping our feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. All right. We have gone through a lot today. We went through the days of the week and why they're important. We blessed our water. We read our oracle card about faithfulness, we just went through a complete cycle about faithfulness. Jupiter is our energy today, and allowing us to tap in to the expansion and, work in the higher mind, your higher education. If you're working on some projects, it's a good time to go back to school or, start a new project. And just awesome energy. And why does the energy make a difference? Well, if I'm trying to think expansively on Monday, which is a moon day, which is asking me to reflect inward, and I'm being asked to perform outward, there's going to be some energetic misalignment there. So, and yes, we have to do things that, we have to do. But what I'm saying is we can prepare utilizing the energies of the day to plan and co-create with source, in more of a fluid way, right? Because on Monday, what I would be thinking like, all right, this is what I want to do. Tuesday, I'm going to start taking action. Wednesday, I'm going to start talking about it. This is what I'm going to do. Thursday, I'm going to get to the books and be like, hey, I'm going to do my research today. And then tomorrow we're going to learn about Friday. So we're just going to leave you right there. All right. So I would like to just, oh, Tiggy, are you coming, Sarah? Tiggy's like, I just wanted to say hello. Yes, his birthday is coming up. He was born in 2008, May 7th. So I think he's going to be 16 this year. Yes, he's old. All right, well, we're going to leave you guys with just some beautiful energy today. I hope you guys were able to cultivate some chi, and just keep in mind that as we do this every day, this is helping us add to our life expectancy. We are no longer pulling from our prenatal chi. We're only born with a certain amount of it. An average of 125 years is our lifespan. So as we start tapping into that postnatal chi through what? Resistance, addiction, sex will do it, poor diet, mental, poor mental health. All of these things take away from our, prenatal chi. And it's our responsibility to create postnatal chi. That's why when you exercise, that helps the mind, body, spirit. You eat right, helps the mind, body, spirit. You think, in a positive light, helps mind, body, spirit. So you see how the things that we do each day through word, through physical expression, and through spiritual expression, there's a lot to stay in alignment, with this vessel, especially if you're unaware that energy even exists. Okay, because that is when the blind is leading the blind. All right, well, we're going to leave with that, lovers. And I hope you guys shine your light today. And I also just want to say, remember to be kind to others. Always express gratitude and love. And if someone rubs you the wrong way, send them love. Send them love. You don't want to participate in the energy. B, you don't know what's on the other side of the token. All right, you may be able to feel it, but you may not understand where they're at energetically, why they're there, and just hold them, let them, provide them space, give them compassion. Because a lot of us are in different phases. You have some people that are like, hey, I'm here to co-create. You have some people that are like, wow, the past 6 months really took me for a whirlwind. Here I am starting over. Let's shine our light and share the abundance, the wisdom that we're learning, the knowledge, the love, the oneness. How can you shine your light today and be that, beacon of light in someone's life that you don't even know? We don't have, that's the beauty about this journey, is there are so many people that just need a beautiful soul just to say, hey, I see you. So, all right, lovers, I hope you guys have an amazing Thursday, and I'll see you tomorrow. One love.
Last few years, we've made many videos on great men who try to alleviate the suffering of humanity by healing the body and treating all kinds of diseases, which Western medicine deemed uncurable. From Royal Rife, the man who created a frequency machine that disintegrates bacteria and cancer cells, to Wilhelm Reich, the man who discovered orgone energy and created an orgone accumulator device that cured hundreds of people from all sorts of diseases. Both of these great men paid harshly for their discoveries, which threatened the established medical industry and their trillions of dollars of yearly profit from cancer treatments. Royal Rife's discoveries and frequency healing machine were destroyed entirely while he was sued, and although he won his lawsuit, he was left entirely bankrupt. Wilhelm Reich was also sued and even thrown in prison, where he died mysteriously. His orgone accumulator device, together with all of his research on orgone energy, was also destroyed. Unfortunately, the man to whom this video is dedicated suffered a very similar fate. Dr. Sebi, a holistic healer and herbalist who discovered a natural cure for AIDS, cancer, and all sorts of diseases, was also ridiculed, sued, and eventually thrown in prison, where he was allegedly poisoned.